And once again, a huge thank you to all of our financial supporters who help us fund not just the show each week, but also our epic annual Christmas giveaways. The 87.8 Survivor FM Club, all your names are on the screen there. Raymond Normoyle, Petty, Greedy Peasant, Gone Postal, Jay Skillett, all the rest of yous. Thank you so, so much, especially our two new members, but also our podcast bosses, Kenny Baker and Cinnamon. Guys, you're both legends. Thank you so, so much. But a big, big thank you to our live show Chad, Roger Roaster. 2 months now, mate. Just know, though, that all of you are legends who, just by watching the show each and every week, help keep us going strong. Thank you all for your support, and we hope you enjoy this week's show. And we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome to episode 164 of the DayZ Podcast. We are joined this week by, as always, not as always, people take time off in that, but Archie, welcome back, buddy.
Hello, good to see you. Welcome. I'm glad to be back. Sorry I missed so many. I had a lot of stuff going on. Got a lot of stuff going on today, but I'm here.
You're here, and that's what's so important. And your camera quality and your mic quality are on point. As people like to say in chat, mate, you don't look like you are calling from the big house today.
No prison cam.
And Cobra, how you doing, buddy? You got that sultry dark glow like you're operating in some sort of fucking MI6 bloody CIA dark room or something.
He needs a gold chain, man.
I do. I know. My webcam is, as you know, been messing around with trying to get this mirror effect. It ain't working, so you've got black stuff. That's it.
Sid Vicious, we'll come back to that when we discuss the 1.22, mate, because that's something we've talked about in the past. But before we get into talking about 1.22, we have got a guest this week, Mr. Oh, look, it's raining. Just another guy, otherwise known as Jag. Welcome aboard, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Thank you. Nice to be here. I don't have a webcam because I'm ugly.
And particularly around us three, mate. You definitely would look ugly because we are alpha sigma grinding. OG
yeah, I'm pretty
hustlers.
sure I've seen you all on the catwalk at some point. I'm sure of it.
That's just Archie, mate. That is. You not tell with that beard. Come on.
That's how I hide my chins. Learned that on Reddit.
The bio that you gave us, a nice short one. Hi, I'm Jag, just another guy. I'm fairly new to streaming. I'm a grumpy old man. Thank you. We'll get along fantastically. Who is still learning the ropes of all this Twitch stuff. I've been playing DayZ for a bit over a year, first on Xbox and the last 14 months on PC. I only have around 1,400 hours in game on PC, and most of that is PvE. I'm trying to break the habit and get into some PvP, but I'm pretty rubbish at it. Nothing wrong with being rubbish at PvP, mate, because that is, I never used to be. I was never great at it, but I could hold my own against most other average players. But then I got into the even though I never really play PvE only servers, but I got right into the survival style, avoiding PvP, and I'm just shit at it now, mate. Yeah, there's a legendary clip that Mike Doherty loves to bring up every now and then of me absolutely potatoing it. But that's the thing is, you don't have to play PvP. I've said many a time, Jag, that I don't ever want to become a PvP god like a Taupe or a Minder or some of those folks, because for me, it's the fear of when I get shot at and knowing I'm going to potato it that really makes DayZ better than any other game I've ever played.
Yeah. I mean, I used to play a lot of COD, and I used to be quite good at that. I'm going back to like Black Ops 2.
Best COD.
Absolutely. But I started on DayZ, and again, for me, it's the survival aspect of it. And I play PvE, but most of the ones that I play have got PvP zones. One that I play at the moment, half of the map is PvE and half of the map is PvP, so you get the best of both worlds. But for me, I like the survival aspect of it more than running around shooting people.
It's one of the best parts of the game, isn't it, Archie? Yeah, I know you're big on that as well, mate. You know, you've got some of the best guides out there. You need to do some more. You need to update all that series as well, mate. 'cause
Yeah,
so much
I got
has
a,
changed.
I got a couple I'm working on. I was just waiting for my channel to get out from under whatever the hell that was that it was under.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the Chicago roleplay PvP, but I like to chill and survive, you know. But to each his own. I like to dunk on PvE players and crack jokes at them a lot, but honestly, play however you want. There's so many different play styles.
Yep.
Everybody does it differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I get shit all the time for being on the coast. Why are you always on the coast? I was just saying it before the podcast started, but I'm gonna be on the beach where the content is, man. If you guys want to go play Tree VP, go do it. I'm not gonna shit on you, you know. So
Yeah.
enjoy it. I mean, also though, we all sucked at PvP at one time. You get better the more you do it. And I'm telling you, I learned this. I know it's bingo, but I learned this in the service. When you start getting stressed out or you get shot at, just take a deep breath. You would not imagine how much help that is. It just like gets some of that cortisol out of your blood and puts oxygen in your system. Because there's no game really besides maybe EFT that gives me the same adrenaline rush, you know, when I get shot at, or even when a zombie screams or pops out of nowhere and smacks me. But that random shot, once you've been running for a while and you're complacent and it just that crack breaks your peace. There's nothing like it, man. But take a deep breath, you know, collect your bearings and then go for it. I always try to prone out and collect my, you know, get my plan of action together before I attack. But
So being a 50-something gamer, Jag, what's your gaming background, mate? What's your pedigree? How long ago? What were your favorite games back in the day and consoles and stuff like that, mate? You know, but we're kind of that golden age when gaming was really just becoming massive. You know, there was obviously those who were 10, 20 years got the very, very early days, you know, the Pong and the pinball arcades in the 70s and so on. But for us, we lived through that golden age of consoles, you know, the Atari 2600 and that. What's your background there, buddy?
ZX Spectrum. Manic Miner was my absolute favourite game.
Yep.
Never had the ZX81. I always wanted it, but I never got around to getting one. I got the ZX Spectrum. And just the agony of sitting there with that tape player going
Oh.
half an hour
The
or
Commodore
so.
64 grand. My brother bought
Yeah.
one for the family when he came home from leave from the army one day. And yeah, there was nothing quite like 40 minutes of a tape loading. And you just got that fucking bored. You ended up outside playing and touching grass, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Or right at the very end of it, when it was just ready to play, something would go wrong and it would just reset, and you're like, for fuck's sake.
Floppy
Okay, I'm just
disks
going to turn it
were
off now. I'm done.
Floppy disks were game changing, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I never really, I mean, I did a bit of console stuff, PS1, and then went on to Xbox and then 360 and Xbox One. But I used to play a lot of PC games. I'm going back to early 2000s,
Mhm.
like Black Hawk Down,
Oh,
World
no,
of
that's the game.
Warcraft, that sort of stuff. Yeah, but then I kind of left. I don't know. I don't want to say I grew up, but I put a lot of effort into work, and I had my own business and whatnot. So I left it.
Adulting.
Adulting, that's the one. Yeah. But then, you know, the last 3 years and whatnot, and sitting at home all day.
Yep.
And I thought I'd give it a go and picked up DayZ on the Xbox. And I thought, I like this. And I started watching videos on YouTube and lives and stuff like that. I was like, no, fuck it. I've got to build a computer. I can't stay in the console world. And now I've got hard drives full of bloody games again.
so
what
different.
do you do for a living? Sorry, you said you do your own business. Is that something you're okay talking about?
I used to. I did. I got rid of the business a couple of years ago with all the shit that happened around the world and whatnot. I used to do hydrographic printing, which is basically making interiors of cars or engine bays look like carbon fiber or skulls and flames, and you know, it's customizing everything.
Is that with the tubs where they like dip something in it and
Yeah.
pull it out? So, oh, that shit is so cool, bro.
Yeah, I did that for 8 years, which
Nice.
was yeah, it was pretty good. It's a really good job, really good. I love doing it, but people ain't got any money now, so there's just no point. And we've got a small holding as well, so the wife goes out and works full time now, and I deal with the kids and the animals and DayZ.
Oh, what sort of animals you got?
we've got sheep and goats, or pygmy goats.
All the Kiwis in chat are getting quite excited. Oh man has his own sheep.
Welsh sheep as
Yeah,
well.
I was about to say,
Oh,
you
that
guys
could be
have that
naughty.
same joke about the Welsh, don't you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Wales, where men are men and sheep are frightened.
Who is it in America, Archie, that you guys say that about?
My people, 100%. Definitely the hillbillies. I too am a house husband, man. We got to stand together. Okay.
It's actually one of my favorite scenes
Yeah.
from Super Troopers.
Beautiful.
Yo, bear fucker. If you
How
have
good was
not
that
seen
costume,
the movie,
man? Yeah.
if you have not seen the movie Super Troopers, you need to go watch it. It's an absolute classic. I just literally downloaded a meme, GIF meme for the missus. That time where they're at the range, that little guy. You don't need to worry about that little guy. So she can send it to work colleagues and that because yeah, it's just such a good movie. One of the funniest movies. I haven't watched Super Troopers 2, but I'm kind of bad for things like that, Jag, where if I love the original of something, because I've been burnt so many times of late by follow-up games and follow-up movies and all the rest of it, I'm very
Yeah.
reluctant to watch a sequel. Like my son is still badgering me about playing Red Dead Redemption 2. And I know
Bro, you haven't played that yet?
I've got it, and I started it, and I embarrassed myself on stream by not knowing what the spacebar symbol was. But yeah,
I mean, it is kind of vague. It's just like an empty parentheses, you know?
Yeah, I'm looking at it going, what the fuck is that? I had a bad experience, so
You just overthink it, man.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are too hard on themselves. They call themselves stupid or feel like they're ignorant because they overthink things. We call it nuking it in the
Yeah.
Navy. Like I do that all the time. I overthink and then I go neurotic.
So DayZ, Jag, what
Yeah.
attracted you to it?
The way that, for me, it's the way that you can play it the way you want to play it. And people you can run into people. Some people are just dickheads and they shoot you on sight. Some people you can run into, and you can tell whether somebody wants to role play just by that very first interaction with them. They'll say, "Oh, I've just moved into town," instead of "This is the first time on this server." So you can gauge people straight away as to which way they want to play, and then decide whether you want to run with that person and go with it, or whether you're like, "No, I don't want to deal with you. Here, have some food and off you fuck." That kind of thing really appealed to me. Open world, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
love the open
amazing
world
in that
stuff.
it's amazing in that respect. The whole Armor franchise, Operation Flashpoint, and then DayZ, and it really just opened your mind. This game where we talk about it quite often, but Minecraft was pretty much the original of it. But these
Yeah.
games where there's no rail that you have to follow, a set campaign, it's just literally spawn in. What am I meant to do? Oh my god! And we've said it many a time in the show, Jack. DayZ's almost its own worst enemy. Yeah, at least with Armor, you're playing a mill sim, so you've got an objective. Go and kill every motherfucker, or capture the objective, or something along those lines. But DayZ is literally, what am I meant to be doing? You spawn in what now with a rag, a piece of food, and a glow stick. And you're like, aware of it before? Had you watched anything, or were you literally cold call? You were looking at the list of games and you saw this game called DayZ, and you're like, "What's that? Never heard of it."
I saw a video on YouTube, but it wasn't like from the beginning. It was just like midway through a story. So it's like a lot of people do with a cutscene and stuff like that. And I thought, well, the graphics look pretty good. That looks like a kind of game that I could get into. So I didn't really investigate it other than that. And it came up on a free download on Xbox. And I thought, well, I'll give it a go. And I did. And it hooked me straight away. And that was it. My life is over now.
It's bad like that, isn't it, Archie? DayZ. It's just, it's not a game that's easy to just switch on unless you're playing
Bro,
those deathmatch servers.
I remember, well, funny story. The first time I ever played DayZ, it was the mod, and I just randomly clicked a server that had like 2 people on it because I wanted to play an empty server and get to know the game. And it was this weird modded server where you played as a bird and you just flew around in free cam mode. So I accidentally discovered 90% of the map because I couldn't figure out how to log out of the server. But yeah, it definitely grabs you, especially when you meet someone and you don't trust them. And I mean, I mean, you're going through almost it's a simulation, but you have realistic emotions. You get attached to people, attached to gear, and you get down to one can of food left, and then the guy kills you because he doesn't want to starve to death. And it really, the first time I got betrayed, I'm not gonna lie, that shit broke my heart. I was like, oh, I thought this guy liked me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we just went on this like 2-hour journey together, and then he got fucked up by wolves, and he was slowly getting his his stuff back together, and we fixed his leg, and then I guess he thought maybe I was gonna kill him and take everything for myself. And we climbed down in the old. There used to be this big bunker in what is now Troitsky, I think they call it. There was this big bunker down that went all the way down. You climbed a ladder. It was kind of buggy, but it had 2 platforms in there, and people would always build pitch tents down there. And we climbed down there and found all these tents. And as I was going through the loot, he's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry about this," and shot me and killed me. So I remember I just sat there like, what the hell just happened, dude? This guy just betrayed me, and then that just turned me into the serial scumbag that I've ultimately become. But
Well, at least he said sorry, mate, before.
Yeah.
That's quite respectful for DayZ.
Yeah, it sounded like he was conflicted too. But I mean, what other game can you run? I mean, now I guess Tarkov has VoIP, but it's not the same, dude. When you're going into an extraction zone and you're in all your shit's insured, it's just there's nothing like it. It's unprecedented.
So sort of you said before in the bio that you've been playing PvE mostly, but you're trying to get out of that into the PvP. So what sort of service have you been dabbling with lately?
Well, I keep trying to get on Zero servers, but they're always absolutely packed.
Yep.
Because from what I've seen, the interactions that you get on those sort of servers are a lot better. Because I don't want to. I could do deathmatch servers if I just want to go and shoot people. It just doesn't appeal to me. So something with a bit of interaction and a little bit more risk, and I don't know, more reward, I suppose, in a way as well. I don't like doing big groups and that sort of thing. Just like a couple of guys running around, seeing where it goes, and seeing which one's going to shoot and eat the other one.
Three's a crowd.
There is that.
A good one in the UK that I can recommend is Chernarus Has Fallen. It's a very hardcore server and strongly aimed at encouraging you to want to team up with people because it's there's a lot of over the top creatures and things like that on there. So if you haven't heard of that one might be worth. What else do you recommend there, Cobra? What have you been playing on lately? That might be up
But
your alley.
if you're looking for what you're talking about there, I would strongly go and take a look at a server called Ceasefire. Now, I don't know if any of you have played that, but it's an RP server, but it's really, really good, and there's some interesting things on there that you won't find on any other DayZ server. So I won't spoil it for you, but you'll get some very good and strange interactions on there. Obviously, part of that you can role play a robbery. It goes wrong, and you can end up killing people. But at the end, and you do have certain PvP zone if you want to go to it in Tizzy. But it is by far the very best RP server I've ever played. I won't use any others. That is, if I want to play a bit of that, I'm over there. Everything about it is really good. I think, in fact, go and have a look at it at some point and tell me what you think. There's a lot of interesting stuff on there.
Yeah, I've just written that down, oddly enough.
Ceasefire, yeah. The pop right now, I think I looked at the other day, it's ranging between, it used to be full all the time, but it had a little drop. I think it's around about 40, 50, 60 on there now, but you've got all kinds of different people doing stupid stuff and funny things, and there's cowboys, there's sheriffs, there's all kinds of stuff going on there. So it is very interesting.
Yeah, it could be worth a shot for a laugh.
So the other question I have for you, mate.
Yeah,
You're in the same age bracket as me. what made you get into streaming? Now, yeah, you said that you're a bit of a house hubby, like me. I'm a house hubby. Archie's the same. I think Cobra's a house hubby kind of now too, aren't you,
Mate,
buddy?
in a month I will be, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
it's lovely. Don't beat
Oh.
yourself up either. This is what we worked for, bro.
Fucking
It's,
oath.
I
yeah,
agree.
early
agree.
retirement.
Yeah, you
But
can have a
what-
trad wife and still be a house husband. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
But what made you want to get into streaming? Like, were you doing it before, or is that something you've only just started as well? Tell us about your journey
No,
there.
I literally, I've just started doing it. I dabbled a little bit on YouTube.
Yep.
But I thought, because now that I don't have the business, I've got quite a bit of time on my hands. I mean, we homeschool the kids, but they're teenagers now, so they can pretty much look after themselves, which left me a bit of time. And I thought, if I can make some kind of little income out of it, maybe enough to cover the electric bill, good enough for me. I don't want to be a big famous person at all. I have no interest in that. I've never had any interest in like money and all that crap. But I don't know. I just thought I'd give it a go. It just seems like a lot of fun. It's very, very stressful. I didn't realize how stressful it is and how
Fuck yeah.
fucking hard it is.
Yeah, it is, bro. Especially if you
What's been
put a
the
lot of
hardest thing for you?
expectations.
What's been the hardest things for you?
I think for me, it was getting the equipment together, figuring out everything that you need to run a stream. Like, do you use OBS? Do you use Streamlabs? How do you set it all up? You know, how do you set up your Twitch account? YouTube I've had for years anyway, because a lot of my videos on my account of my old business, and me bikes and me cars and animals and that sort of stuff. But the actual streaming side of it, that was the hardest thing for me. And now the hardest thing really is getting people to watch it, because I'm an old man. I'm a boring old fart, and I know I am, but I'm still going to do it anyway, because eventually we all find our crowd.
Yep.
You know.
Archie, your beard is shit compared to this guy, mate. Look at that.
Hey, bro, I didn't know it was a competition, okay? Oh, that's perfect, dude.
Hello.
You look like
Yeah.
every guy that was in the
Here again,
Pagans
this
MC
is
with
like-
me, man.
That's
That
old
is-
school.
That is you're a borderline fucking shopping center Santa there, bro. That is awesome.
It's either that or homeless.
I think it looks good, man. No, the people don't understand the self-discipline it takes to go the distance and grow a beard like that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what I didn't realize is, because I didn't start growing a beard until a year and a half ago when I left the service. Every time I eat, I have to go spray my face off with the hose in the sink, you know?
Yep.
The stuff that gets stuck in there. If I blow my nose, I got to go clean my mustache and beard out.
Yep.
I mean, I can understand why women used to think beards were gross back in the day when hygiene wasn't a priority, but holy shit, anything you eat, anything you drink, all the time I just want to go shave the shit off and not deal
Yeah.
with it, but my whole lady likes it, so we keep it.
And it's
There's,
the
some of
joy
the
of
work you said you
home-
were doing. Sorry, it just looks
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. The fuel tank, the golden purple fuel tank is actually my bike. That one.
Oh, you ride.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I think there's a bromance forming here, folks. Archie and Jack.
Yeah,
Beards,
what do you
bikes,
what do you ride, man?
I've got a 78 XS 1100.
Oh, baby.
I did have a 79 Sportster, which I got rid of because
Yo.
I hated it. Every time you fired it up, it started falling apart.
Yeah, they shake themselves apart, don't they? But that's why they
Yeah.
make Loctite, bro. But we can go on all day, man. Oh, yeah, man. I've
Actually,
got
my favorite guy with a beard that's from England is Beard Meets Food. That
Oh
guy,
yeah.
that guy is hilarious. Super. And
Yeah.
my God, he can eat. You're familiar with him, are you, Jag?
Oh yeah, yeah. I do look forward to Sundays just for his videos.
Hey, on Monday I'm playing with Paris Red. He's a septuagenarian. He's a little older than you guys, but he's a streamer on Twitch, and he invited me to come play on Chernarus Has Fallen. And if you want to jump in with us, maybe
Yeah.
you'll find an audience there. I don't usually play on hardcore survival style servers on stream because that's just not the kind of content my community likes. But I'm going to be doing it Monday, so I'm sure there's room for a third if you want to come You know,
Yeah,
meet your
absolutely.
community and meet his community, and you guys seem like you're about the same speed. So
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I am definitely up for that.
Now, I'm just bringing your Twitch channel up. Um, yeah, yeah, bloody Twitch, YouTube trying to stop me from going to Twitch.
are you sure you want to do this to yourself?
You were going to pick up a ban, mate. You'll be next to Archie in a minute.
I'm racking them up, man.
How you finding Twitch for streaming on?
It's all right. I've not really had any issues. No, I don't think it's okay. The only thing I don't like about it is, and I think everybody says the same thing, discoverability. Unless
Yeah,
you have
takes
people in
time.
your chat, you've got nothing. You're way down the bottom, which I
Yeah.
think is a shame.
You've got to be cross posting, and especially one that a lot of people aren't utilizing. You know, we're terrible for it here at 87.8, but even Twitter, you know, uploading those shorts just onto Twitter, you might not get money from them, but you're still getting that exposure. Yeah, it's the biggest comeback to Twitch is one of the worst, yes, for exposure, but plenty of people have made it on Twitch because of, you know, cross posting, starting on YouTube, building a brand there, and sharing it on sites. And you know, you've got to be careful that you don't overdo it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very important thing to make sure you're not just relying on that one channel and the little networks and all the rest of it to get you going. Folks, go over there and chuck him a follow. I'm not logged in at the moment, so I can't do it. I did some maintenance on my computer and, you know, cleaned up with CCleaner and all the rest of it to log me out of everything, and I haven't logged back in. But yeah. So, do you play any other games other than DayZ? Oh, here we go. Sunken Land,
Yeah.
Euro Truck,
Yeah.
and Breath Edge. Never heard of that.
Breath Edge is awesome. It's a single player.
What is it?
You're stuck in space. You're on your way to a funeral, and the spaceship crashes,
I
and
hate when
you're
that
stuck.
happens.
Why does he have a chicken on his back?
That's his buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about the chicken. There's something about it. One of my viewers got me into this. He went on and on and on at me, and in the end, I was like, for fuck's sake, all right, Toggle, I'll do it. I'll get it, and I'll play it, and I really enjoy it now. It's just a very bizarre game. So yeah, I do that. I've just downloaded Labyrinthine as well. I haven't played that yet, but that looks quite good. Obviously, Starfield I've got, but I got that free because I still pay the Game Pass because it works for the PC as well.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's on Game Pass?
Yeah,
Oh shit! I know what I'm doing after the fucking podcast, dude.
yeah. It's we can't play it until the 6th,
Oh yeah,
but
that's right.
we can download it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Now,
So yeah, I mean that sort of stuff. That's me really.
what are your thoughts on 1.22 so far, Jag?
I played a bit of the experimental, and I'm not liking the whole zombie situation. I don't know if they've done something, but I'm finding that nearly every time I get hit, I'm getting a cut.
Yeah, they definitely did something. It's like they're trying to tank it on purpose.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, and look, I'm the guy who's the ass kisser of the devs, okay? But I'll say this: you know, it's the worst feature of the game. It's a core component of the survival game, and you know how bad they run and how terrible their nav meshes are. So you double the number and then make them hit twice as hard and ruin your clothes in one strike. It's driving me fucking nuts.
yeah,
The only reason I'm complaining, because I'm not a complainer, is because we have a platform here and every fucking body hates it. You know, just like the lip licking when you're thirsty. At least they turn
Oh,
that down.
God,
But
yeah.
the zombies, the infected, whatever you want to call them, are fucking terrible. That's just my opinion. And I'm sorry. I love you guys. I know you guys do a lot of work. What were they thinking? Like, is there like a...
I'll tell you what they were thinking. How many times have you seen feedback on DayZ where people go, it's a game with zombies and the zombies aren't even a threat? They ramp up the zombies, make them a genuine threat, and now everyone's complaining again.
Well, now they're not. They're not. I can still climb on a car. My thing is, I choose them through a window, right? Sorry, boy. I didn't mean to get animated. I apologize.
No. That's why we have you, mate.
But I get clothes, and everything's fucking damaged or badly damaged. You can't find duct tape any goddamn where, or a sewing kit, and then you finally find them. You put them in your clothes. They hit you, and then they ruin everything in your clothes and your clothes. So I'm running around looking like a haggard bum. And and my duct tape's ruined. And even though you can't combine duct tape for some reason, you can't combine duct tape. But so the roll gets ruined. Oh man, sorry, I'm getting fired up. I'm sorry.
But saying that, there is a lot of the new sounds are quite.
Oh, good. I like the sounds. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's good, man.
I like the sound of my. You know what? You need a sound effect of my clothes ruining and shredding because that happens constantly.
Oh, don't say that because what they'll do now is they'll use the lip smacking sound effect and they'll make it really fucking loud and they'll do it just for your clothes tearing.
I need a clothes shredding sound effect. That's what I need.
Let's have a look at the trailer. I loved this trailer from a cinematic point of view, but for those who haven't seen it, let's have a watch.
I love games.
There's your new bag.
I'm not going to lie. That scene had me hoping that was maybe going to be something that was hidden in there. That if you buried a body, it left a marker or something like that.
But
I'm not.
Bro,
quite
look
sure.
what Ski said. Look what Ski said in chat. The teaser has a few interesting things, like the dead fox on the barrel and the small building on the table. Can we go back and look at that?
Yeah.
I've been begging for the foxes. Where is it? Oh, that's the little camo, the brig from the airfield. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On a barrel. I guess there's a cooking barrel somewhere.
There's something in the background there as well.
I love hiding shit, don't they?
Yeah, like new nav meshes.
Yeah.
I'm trolling. I love you guys.
But yeah, they hide so much stuff in plain sight. Like I still remember how embarrassed I was, Jag, when the crossbow got released. Lad, who used to host the show, co-hosted me, and then he hosted for a while. He was one of the first to spot it, and he was saying, "There's a crossbow there," and I'm like, "What are you fucking talking about, a crossbow?" And I was like, "I need to go get my prescription checked." But oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the fox, dude. That's the one from the. Yep. Man, good eye, Ski.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
I'm gonna have to like frame by frame this. I haven't gotten around to it. Oh man, fox, maybe leather crafting. Oh my god.
The beginning of when they get inside the house.
Wait, what if they're making your clothes tear so that they can implement leather crafting, and then people have to build or create their own clothes more often?
So we've got a few little neck figurines there. Like explosive. The radio is just the normal one. They've got a battery charger. I'm not seeing, but then again, is that a plane as well? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a space shuttle, doesn't it?
It's a jet, isn't it?
It does kind of look like a NASA rocket.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a jet, yeah.
See it up in the top left there.
That's a MiG.
On that image, yeah.
Oh, Ski said he watched it like 50 times, so I think we're solid. I think he found everything.
That's something that I didn't like that they did in the announcement. The reduction in the landmines.
Yeah,
I did not
that's not
like that.
right.
I think if the
No.
landmines are damaged and if they're badly damaged, it should be very risky to try to defuse them with the screwdriver. I did not like that. What are your thoughts? Oh, Kyber, you were agreeing?
Right. I've done this many times and blown myself up. So yeah, I don't like all that. To be fair, it either works or don't have it. Yeah. Have you done it?
What's
I
the point
take
of having different states of an item if it doesn't have some sort of risk to it? Is my thought, Jag. If you've got a pristine one there, then sure enough that should be quite easy to disarm. But
Yeah.
and at the same time, Jag, I think that laying a badly damaged mine should also be risky. Now I'm not sure.
That should, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's different. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're setting one, you should have the risk. If it's badly damaged, you there should be a 30% chance it's going to go off when you set it.
Thank you, Stud.
Yeah, thank you so much, Stud Muffin. But what do you think, Archie?
I get it. I get why they did it. I think that the condition of the tool you're using to disarm it should be a factor.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
agreed as well.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like, because when you're disarming, which I found out when I was doing the test for the video, the guide that I made on plastic explosives and such, when you're disarming them with lockpicks and screwdrivers and pliers and all that, it seems like there's not a chance of the plastic explosive blowing up, but it also seemed like there was a higher chance. I don't know if it's for sure, but it seemed like it was a higher chance if I had like badly damaged pliers to set off the landmine. But excuse me, I
I
don't know.
generally got killed. I'd say 8 out of 10 times it went off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just want people to disarm them more. Maybe people weren't utilizing that function because they didn't want to run the risk. So they were being able to people were being able to troll or trap people. I don't know, but I mean, it doesn't kill you anyway. It just knocks you out. So just make somebody be the cannon fodder and run over it. Everybody's got a Gomer pile in their group, right? So
Yeah.
if you don't think you do, it's because you're the Gomer pile in the group.
What's this stuff here? Is that just a deagle in the left up there? That's coming close.
Yeah.
That's
to
what it looks
the
like.
pistol suppressor.
Yeah. Golden Eagle, mate.
Anything interesting? A couple of lockpicks and some
Night vision,
ammo.
lights, normal, gas, camo net, ammo. Same, mate. Bag.
That's
yeah.
the sling bag. That thing's on every zombie. I love it. I do like the new bags quite a bit. It's not.
In
It's
the background there. There's something yellow there.
That's
I saw
the
that.
church, mate. That's just the Bible thing on the altar, I think, or whatever it is.
No,
It's always there. The picture.
no. Yeah, I see what he's saying. There is something back
It's-
there.
Barrel, isn't it?
No, it's not a barrel. It's a
Oh, what the hell? They snuck something back there.
I have to go back and check out my images. Whether that's normal. Isn't that a sack?
That's
Sack,
the sack.
yeah, it's a sack
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Anyway, what else we got? There's no little hidden written message somewhere.
We need Lad. Lad's fucking got eagle eyes.
Yeah. I think he just looks at the shit while he's at work on the clock. You know what I mean? The rest of us are in our leisure time. That fox though, that's sick, man. I hope those are coming back next patch.
Oh,
But
that's
I
a mess
mean,
now.
they did tease the painting guns a few patches ago, and we haven't gotten that back yet.
Yeah, it looks all pretty legit. The rest of it, mate. We know what the rest of it is. I can't see anything out of the order there.
Wait, what if we can pick up those collapsible tables and place them in our base? That would be cool.
Oh,
Because
there's so many little things that I would just love to see them do. You know, like what we talked about last week, Cobra, with that dynamic event of the gun racks. Just
Yeah, that's cool.
there's a lot of little things. Well, what about you, Jag? What's something that you would love to see them bring in soon?
I don't know. I mean, you've got me thinking about the tables now, because that would be cool, especially if you could use those as a melee as well.
Well, like immersive placement. There's a really cool
placement would be
mod.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Place-
really cool
place-
mod for
Placement
immersive
would be good, but it would be awesome if you could also use them to batter somebody. If it was folded up in half,
Oh yeah,
or use it
use
as
it
like
as
a shield.
like WWE.
Or a shield. Yeah. That'd be ideal. I don't know. It's so difficult because looking at it from their side, they've got to appeal to so many people. They've got to try and please so many people. You know how it is. Really hard to please all the people all the time, but it's really easy to piss everybody off.
I think it's impossible. It seems like the last couple 2-3 patches have been kind of to appease RPers and people who actually play, want to dress their character up, do the G.I. Joe thing. But I'm cool with it. I like the backpacks and stuff, and I like all the bug fixes too. So, but the answer is always leather crafting. If anybody asks you that, bro, you always want leather crafting back.
Yeah, that would be cool. Being able to make your own clothes.
So what can you make at the moment? The backpack.
Just the ball sack bag, yeah.
Yep, that's it.
But,
yeah.
that bag is sick though, man. Like it's low profile, so if you're on a first person only server, you can see over your shoulders. It's got I think 62 or 64 slots. It doesn't it breaks up your silhouette, so it doesn't give you away. That's what I meant by low profile, in case anyone doesn't know. I love them. I make them as much, and they're easy to make. You need garden lime and some hide, and then a leather sewing kit.
I'm just having a bug with the Stream Deck and the keys on it. This does not work well with YouTube. That's one issue. Your request cannot be completed because you exceeded your quota.
Oh, we're getting rate limited. What's going on? Gonna have to do it the old manual way.
Yep. I can't press my little buttons. But yeah. But no, look, there's been a few people complaining about some of the issues with audio. Now, any of you guys had any experience with that yourself? I haven't really noticed it, but I pretty
Audio
much
in the
barely
game?
even. Yeah.
No, not at all.
No. I think the screamer zombies, they're not loud enough. They only make my ears bleed. I need my eardrums to rupture.
Well, if you think of the effect that they have on all the other zombies, they should
Well,
be
that's it now.
really loud.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit. I'm just filling dead air. Don't take anything I say seriously. I just come on here and say dumb shit. That's my job.
The building side of it, it's one that I don't know, unless they sneak something in. Like I've been even wondering to myself lately, Jag, why they don't have building with rocks. We've got metal, we've got wood. They've got the concrete blocks and the bricks stacks everywhere, which always made me think, is that going to be something they introduce? But it's kind of frustrating when you see this big stack of Besser blocks or whatever you call them where you live and you can't do anything with them. But rocks are something you can mine. With a pickaxe or a sledgehammer.
They are, but look how long it takes you to build a flagpole.
Yeah, but
32 rocks.
But then it would justify having to waste. What in the hell was that? Then it justifies having to waste a dozen large stones to build a wall. Gee, what am I saying? A dozen grenades to blow through a wall. Jesus, sorry. Whatever that noise was threw me off. I got ADD. I know we've been saying on the podcast for like a year, you can mine large stones and then turn them into small stones for tools. But the large stones, you could make like a base wall that was stone.
Yeah.
You could make half stone, half log barricades. So if people tried to jump over them, they got cut. I mean, I'm sure they're working on this stuff in the background. Don't get me wrong. They're doing a lot of stuff that they can't tease because then it's going to turn into one of those weeks, not months scenarios from the old days. But it's not really base building, is it? It's already kind of fortification. I think it's never. I don't really think they intended to have a large part of the game be base building, especially because half the community hates it and the other half love it. So.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because if you look at it as what it is, it's the apocalypse.
Yeah.
People aren't just going to wander around all the time, are they?
They're going to homestead for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the other thing is, excuse me. There's an enormous community that just homesteads. So you have those mods like where you can catch a chicken and then you can get eggs and get more chickens, or the one where you can catch the pigs that Fresh Spawns did that hilarious video on. You know, you could like there's chicken coops, which is where you used to have to get feathers if you couldn't get a chicken, right?
Yeah.
They're not in use. You know what I mean? I know they're just aesthetically pleasing or whatever, but I mean, there's a lot that they could do with what they have. Like, I know this gets mentioned all the time on the podcast, but there's still the sounds for the electrified barbed wire on your base walls.
Yeah.
You connect a generator and power cable to it or batteries to it, and it knocks you out or it hurts you really bad. But you can hear the sound effects of the electric shock and the guy falling. I mean, they could even implement that to improve what they have right now, because as it stands, you can just boost over a wall. But if you had an electrified barbed wire and they touched that and got knocked out, now they're knocked out in your base. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but they're doing a lot. I mean, like they changed it recently where you can't put base walls so close together because people were cheesing that to exploit. You know, and they were turning gates sideways so that the posts were blocking the doors instead of the wall. If that makes sense. I ran into that constantly. But I don't know. I'm sure they're working on something.
Well, they're bound to be. Plus, again, I mean, if you look at how much the modding community is doing, like with BBP, the devs themselves don't really need to be concentrating on that in a way, because there are the community is doing all of it.
See, this is something that we always need to be conscious of, the console community. They don't have shit like what we've got.
Yeah.
We've got so many different mods. You know, someone mentioned before Dumpgra's base fortifications mod. There's more doors. There's base building plus expansion.
More doors is great.
There's just so the R22 real fortifications, I think, as well. That really cool one I did a while back with the big bloody almost like medieval logs to make walls and that. But this is stuff that they just can't do on console.
Didn't Dumpgra make a mod where your Discord gets alerted if your base is getting raided?
No, I don't think that was Dumpgra. That was someone else. I think he may have been involved in it.
That was insane, dude.
Yep.
Because Rust, I know my buddy that I used to be in the service with would check his phone, and he had cameras in his base on Rust. And he could check off his phone. He could look and see, which now I got a buddy who logs on to DayZ on his Steam Deck while he's at work, and checks his base, which is how far we've come, with this game. You can log in at work on your Steam Deck when you're on break and build on your base or whatever, or check it.
Michael, I don't agree that the devs don't consider that fact. They're definitely well aware of it. Scotty is a PlayStation console player. We just had Martin or Raptor the other week on the dev stream, and he's an Xbox player. So they're aware of it, but it's one of those things that leaves me scratching my head, wondering why.
99% of the new features, as in like the last 4 years, have been to appease the console community. That's why a lot of the old school players hate these new features. Like when you log into a new server, you're in a different spot. All these little inconvenient things that we've had to learn how to adjust and adapt to was because people were using those things to exploit on console servers, right? So, I mean, they're definitely priority, I think, because that's where they're making all their money. I don't think people are lining up to buy this on PC like they are. I mean, just look at no one's buying the new generation consoles either. That's another thing. That's why no IP's coming out for the new generation consoles. Everybody's still on Xbox Ones and PS5s, PS4s rather. So,
well, it's funny you should say that, right? So I bought a brand new PS5 for like £550 about 6-7 months ago, right? I looked at it now. Now, normally those things, all the PSs and Xbox hold their value, didn't they? I was offered £100 in the local shop.
Nobody wants
crazy.
Them. There's nothing. No, there's no IP. There's nothing on them to play that you can't play on the previous generation for the most part.
But this is the problem with DayZ with console as well. Is if you, for example, look at your hard drive now. Look at your DayZ mod folder. How big is that?
Oh, mine's a quarter of a terabyte. That's why I have to offload it every time I.
That's the thing. You can't do that on a console.
Yeah. Well, not only that. Well, the other thing is, I know, again, we say this every single episode, but the devs see what the most popular mods are, and then they make them vanilla features.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So ultimately, you're going to get the coolest mods anyway. Plus, Don Sibley and a couple other cats have been figuring out how to port the stuff over for console. Which, I mean, I think they got recognized in the community spotlight.
Yeah,
But
they did.
once
Yeah.
again, Don comes in. That dude needs a cape and an alter ego. He's a superhero over here. But
The part of the issue is, Michael, that a bit like what happened with Project Red. What's that bloody sci-fi game that bombed when it came out?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. They made a promise about it being compatible with the previous generation consoles, and I don't know where they would sit legally with if they were to, people could have a case to sue them if they made the game unplayable on a console that they bought it on, and then all of a sudden they did something. So I don't know, but I do agree that it does hold it back a bit because they've got to keep it playable on theirs. Yeah, it's frustrating. But you've kind of touched on something then that brings me to the next item of the agenda that I wanted to talk about. Archie, I don't know if you've done it recently, but I spoke with Cobra and Jag before the show. Archie, when was the last time you cleared your crash logs?
Never.
Okay,
Oh,
Archie,
go.
let's
can
have
we check them now? Let's have a look.
I want you to share your screen when you get to this area.
Take the pawn off, mate.
Man. Consult with my attorney. That's all you're getting. Man.
Okay, so what you need to do is go to. Is your DayZ on C drive?
No, everything's on my E drives.
It may still be there though.
Wait, I can't, dude. I can't because I've got NDAs that I'm under with a couple things, and I don't want to accidentally leak anything.
So what I'll get you to do then is you can just do it manually.
Okay.
Go to C drive.
All right, I have push to talk on, so just keep talking.
Select your user. App data.
I'm going to go with 50 GB.
And then DayZ. Did you have that folder?
I reckon,
Loads of shit.
I reckon 100. If you've never done it, it's got to be 100.
I don't
Go
know.
just look for the word crash and select all of those crash files, and then right click and tell us what the size of all of that data is. And if you can, screenshot it.
I'm going to go low.
So
I'm
we
going
can
to go
put it-
low.
I'm going to go 80 gig.
I'll go 50, mate. 55. I'll go 55.
I'm going 100. I'm watching his face.
I've got them all. I've got them all highlighted. Now what?
Now
Right
click
click it.
and just go properties, and it will tell you the size of all the.
Oh man. Yeah, it's only 85 gigs. That's still a lot, though. Holy
Ooh.
shit.
Yeah,
delete
that's
it.
a lot, mate. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Delete,
gonna
mate.
go ahead and delete that. Woo. Okay.
You just cleared 85 gig of your C drive. How big's your C drive?
8.5. I mean, sorry. It's I can never not throw that joke in there. My C drive is half terabyte.
So 500 gigabytes. So that's
Yeah.
almost
Actually,
a
I'm gonna
fifth.
check in the E drive too because there's probably more in there.
No, stay there.
Only see.
Now there's also I need to give credit to Kerbo. I talked about him just on Twitter recently. Kerbo is a fucking absolute legend of survival gaming and realism gaming. You know, he does farming sims and all the rest of it. But when I found the article that's in the I'll put that in the link in the description of the video later. But he also talked about there was some other files that I hope we've got someone tech in chat here. But let me just bring it up. Go to the weekly agenda.
You on about all the mod files?
My mod files are stupid. I mean,
Yeah, I do
I
them all the
actually,
time.
yeah.
Files are completely different.
Yeah, mine. I literally had to buy another hard drive just for DayZ mods. Like,
Mate, I delete them after every video, mate. Every new server, delete the fucking lot.
well, that's the thing. We touched on it before, but I never used to understand why people were so adamantly against repacking. And then DOJ and Lad broke it down for me. They were like, you have 200 gigabytes of mods, and 150 gigabytes are the same mods repeatedly packed into different mod packs. So I have, lads lighting over. Oh, sorry. Give me a random mod that you can repack. Immersive placement. I have that same mod downloaded 100 times from 100 servers,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. It allocates its own individual space for each one, which takes
Johnny
up
Bravo,
so much space.
Johnny Bravo in chat, 176 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there you
crazy.
go. That's
And
bad.
I've done mine in the past. Archie said he's never done his, so I don't know how you lucked out by having such a little amount. But I've done mine.
I think it's probably on the other hard drives, bro. I've probably got more on my E drive, is what I was saying, because
it could be. But yeah, Kerbo in this comment here from 5 years ago talked about these files bidmp and or star.mdmp. Now I went in and checked I couldn't find any bidmps, but I had a number of MDMPs, and I had to go through and manually select them because I'm just not good at that tech sort of stuff, Jag. But I had another 10 gigabytes of those MDMP files. So I don't know what they are, but yeah. DayZ Bandit said he just did it and cleared 4 gigabytes. Chat, tell us what you're getting. If you're doing it right now, tell us how much you're clearing. But especially for people who don't have a huge C drive, your C drive is very important to your computers. Archie, you're pretty relatively tech savvy. What sort of impact does that have on you? Being able to
well, I
clear
mean,
up that
I'm a
much.
content creator, so I have to have scratch disk space to even open like Premiere Pro or Adobe Photoshop. So if you don't have enough scratch, and then the videos I record in 2040 or 1080, so the raw footage files are 2-digit gigabytes in most cases.
Go on. How much?
This type, it's 400 gigabytes.
400 gigs.
That's half a terabyte almost, bro.
Right.
That's insane, dude.
How
That's
big was your
insane.
C drive, DayZ Bandit?
Does any other game do that? I feel like I've never had, because it's the same way with.
I asked that question before the show.
Yeah. I feel like
What
this
is
the
the
only
deal with
game.
this? Is there
'cause
someone in chat who knows what this is about? Why is it not auto scraping this, deleting them after a month or so, or a week or so, or whatever? Why is it dumping these? Well, what's in them that makes them so? This is like fucking hours of stream recording or game recording, isn't it, Archie? It's fucking insane to me. Why do they do that?
So I ran into a similar issue, and DOJ told me this program, WinDirStat, WinDirStat. I'll try to find a link for it. I downloaded that, and it will check your drives and figure out where most of your storage space is being allocated to. And that's how I found out where all of these hidden files and shit were. So I probably deleted those crash files before using that program, and those are the new ones that have accumulated since. I'll try to get the link for that and post it. It's safe, it's free, I've used it, and it honestly showed me where I had multiple workshop folders on my computer that were full with 200 plus gigs of mods. Right. So I had one in my C drive, one in my E drive, of course, and then that's not even considering mounting your P drive and stuff like that, if that's even a big deal, but that's for the DayZ modders.
Okay, Melbourne just said 343 gigabyte. He clears his once a month. So I don't know how you ended up with that much, mate, but Jesus.
Plays a lot of different
They
servers.
play a
and
lot of modded
crashes.
servers, mate.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it really, it's kind of, it's crazy.
For me. Before. Let me find it again. I think every time I shut down.
Here's this program. I'm going to link it in chat here. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
I
the other one.
used. I used that to scan. That's the one that DOJ sent me, and it works flawlessly. I cleaned. Jesus Christ! I cleaned so much space on my computer. Cleared so much space. I need a coffee.
Boy, his
I'll go have a
mic
look.
is messing about. Okay. I am throttling my connection a bit. I did get an email that I need to. I can upgrade to fiber to the premises. We're going to talk to the missus about that. But this thing here, I've been getting this every time I close out of a server now.
Yeah, I get this a lot, mate.
And I'm
I've
wondering,
never had that.
is this creating crash logs? Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it should.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Yeah.
but yeah, it's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. Can't hear Boydie when he turns away from his mic. So my mic is playing silly buggers on me again. Give me 1 sec. Got a wavelength.
I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of vestigial thing that they have from the alpha days, to diagnose, issues.
But yeah, so
Yeah, right.
folks, go in there, check it. Archie, put that thing in chat. Just be aware that's probably going to give him access to all your banking account details. So try it at your own risk. Sponsored by Guardio Incognito by I don't know, Surfshark.
CyberGhost VPN. Use promo code StormCloud.
But yeah, no, guys, spread the word about this because it's something that we all forget about. There's some people who are religious about this sort of stuff. Some people like Michael have got a massive SSD, so it's not really an issue. But at the same time, it's still. I really hope there'd been someone in chat who could have explained why it does this. But maybe I need to check if there's a feedback tracker on it. Because
someone's probably writing a 5-point essay in chat on why it does it. I mean, ask Chat GPT. We'll know.
But yeah, no, it's insane. And when you go back in and you check it, and it's just, oh my God, there's even more. Are you kidding me? That's insane. Absolutely insane. Did you guys watch Wobo's 30 tips for 1.22? Only came out shortly before the show.
Yeah, I saw it pop up.
I'm not going to show the whole video, but I want to show something about, there's a difference between the plebs like me and the professionals like, if you've seen Archie's guide videos, I call you a professional when it comes to them. I love the way you do it and so on. Fubar Bundy, the way he does his little aerials and things like that. But I noticed something that I've never noticed before with Wobo. And, this guy still edits all of his own videos. I know I ride the dick of Wobo, but I'm proud to say I ride the dick of Wobo. The guy is an absolute freaking legend. Totally go homo for him. But I want you to watch the bottom right corner down here. I'll make it full screen, but just something I'd never seen him do before.
Atlas, Mutated Jurassic Outbreak servers, one original DayZ servers, Dust Vanilla servers, Sheriff Line, Apocalypse Now server, Sauerkraut, and Survival Instinct Vanilla server for making this video possible. DayZ 1.22 is fully released, so here's my 30 juicy tips for this patch. A single punch is now 20% weaker than it was last patch, but now has a low chance to cause bleeding.
See the little Wobo logo?
Your bloody hands won't
that's
give them any sort of infection
it
or
goes
disease
with the
that
time
you
that he
have.
talks
The white
for,
fingerless version of the
and
wall
every
gloves has
point
been
he
added,
adds,
and now
he's got
wall
that little
gloves can be
slide
cut into
bar.
one rag when used with an.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute it now because I don't want to spoil it. Go and watch him. But as you get to the end here, it's all the way up the top there. How good is that? And he even put in a different color for his bonus chair. And my camera just shit itself. My computer is suffering. But yeah, see there?
Yeah, that's just attention to detail. You got to love that, man.
It's awesome.
What's his going on?
He's
the old bloody Hummer.
I've had to do that a lot of times. I found a fully operational car in Cherno, stuck on the airplane, what do you call it, the wing in the back, the tail fin, and the car was stuck there. So my chat was like, throw water bottles at it. And we put a tent down where it would fall right underneath it, and I threw a water bottle and it popped the car right up off of the thing. Somebody had gotten that car stuck and just left it fully working, full of stuff, and abandoned it. And my chat was like, just throw something at it, and it works.
I used to do that, rags and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, back in the day, you had to shoot it with a bow. I remember that. That was a Wobo tip, actually. I think I learned that from him back in the day, years ago.
It's amazing the amount of people that don't know about pushing a car as well.
Oh yeah, the physics, man.
Yeah,
these physics.
DayZ is a cruel game. There's a lot of things. I just showed someone again A lot of people don't know about locking the parts in on a car. And that you can,
man.
and not just with the tires, but you can lock in the battery, you can lock in the spark plug, you can lock in, and
Yep.
you should lock in your radiator.
You can't lock in the spark plug.
No.
You can't.
If you can,
No,
you
you
can't.
I thought you
no,
could.
everything.
No,
but-
no. I thought because you said that last time because I made a whole guide on it and I was like, "Fuck, did I miss that?" I tried every single tool and can't do it. Also, somebody said you can lock car doors with the lockpick. You cannot. I wish you could.
That's a
but you
mod, yeah.
can't.
But you can
Yeah.
lock the parts on using a
Yeah.
wrench.
Yeah.
So you can lock.
I just
the
want to
doors,
make
the
sure we
boot-
don't spread disinformation. You know what I mean?
Oh, well,
Somebody
we'll,
be like,
we'll
"Oh."
get fact checked.
Yeah.
Politico calls that fake news. But yeah, no, Wobo, hats off again to you, mate. It's one of the things that I'm happiest about. Thanks to the support of all y'all who are members and donate and all the rest of it. We're able to do things for the community. And one of them is we support Wobo on behalf of everyone by being a top tier patron of his channel. We have been since he started his Patreon, and it's something I want to continue doing until the show is no more and Wobo's not doing that sort of content anymore, because there are very, very few people that I put on the same pedestal as him. You know, there's Asmondian, Wobo, Vigilante Gamer. Yeah, they're probably the holy trinity of.
Where is Asmondian?
Mate, I've been wondering that myself. If anyone's heard from him, would love to know that he's okay. Just he's been pretty much inactive. You know, maybe he's just adulting like you, Jag, not
Yeah.
doing anything. But yeah, yeah. So I hope Asmondian, if you're somehow watching this, that you're okay, mate. But yeah, can someone walk me through how to do it? How to do what, Tyson? Clear your logs. We'll do, hang back, jump in the Discord after the show, mate. We'll go through it with you there. But yeah, but no, Wobo, just little things like that. And like Michael said, you know, he's got a wicked sense of humor as well, which definitely appeals to all of us in here, I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Jag, yeah, I'm certain you're not a delicate little flower, mate. You enjoy Wobo's quirky.
You see my Twitter, haven't you?
I don't know. He sold his Sportster. I don't know.
Well, it was a '79 Sports, so come on, it was the AMF years.
Yeah, but
It should never have been built.
I hope you made a lot of money off of it.
I made 3-4 times what I paid for it.
There you go. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
All I did was paint it.
Now, especially in the UK, I bet Harleys go for crazy prices over there.
Yeah, silly money, mate. Silly.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, everybody wants a Harley. It's like, no.
We need to get Scale Speeder to make a short on how to clear that crash cache or whatever. So
I think he has. I know there's videos out there. People do it from time to time, but I think it's just one of those. You know, even you two or you three, sorry, when you're streaming, set yourself a reminder on your phone or something like that. Once a month, once every couple of months, go through it with your stream. You know, just to show people, because there's a lot of people who don't have, you know, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 10 terabyte SSDs even. Yeah, imagine that you're playing on a C drive, 500 gigabyte HDD. The impact that's going to be having on you.
yeah, it's crazy, bro. I mean, there's people that play on gaming laptops that don't have a lot of space. I mean, just having multiple workshop folders and not knowing it is huge.
In fact,
I was
sorry,
having to...
Dev, sorry, if you're watching this, we know that you do watch from time to time. Maybe add this to the community spotlight, just as a welfare message, a public service announcement for the community. Tweet it out, do a TikTok, do whatever you can just to share the information. But ultimately, Archie, it'd be great to see them come up with a way that automatically, you know, notifies you when you start up the launcher that, yeah, you've got, you know, over 10 gigabytes of crash logs. Would you like to clear them?
Yeah, I like the new little hook, the little web hook they put for buying Livonia, by the way. I know you guys talked about that.
It does look good. It does look good.
Yeah, now we just need a web hook to report cheaters.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I am most impressed with the 122, the best thing about the whole thing for me is none of that stuff we've spoken about. It's the actual number of players per server on the launcher now.
Dude, yes.
I love that now. That's
a lot of
what it's
people.
about.
A lot of people on PC don't really notice that because what is it? DayZ SA launcher has had that for a while, but
Yeah.
those numbers are all fake, dude.
The thing is that I never understood
A lot
was
of them.
that
There's,
Hell of a lot.
there's no way a server sits at the same pop exactly for
But
3
you
they,
can
months.
buy
they
that.
implemented that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
The official launcher was the only one that didn't show you exact numbers at surface level. You could still see the player numbers by just right-clicking on the server, copy server info, and just paste it somewhere, and it would show you the exact amount of players. So I never understood if they were going to obfuscate it for everything. Fair enough, I get it. But when they only disadvantaged, it's. I think that was a big reason why a lot of people went to DayZ SA and all the rest of it, Jag, those other third-party launches.
You see the time,
Yeah.
you see everything, didn't you?
Well, I use DZSA.
Well, yeah. I think
I don't
everybody
Purely,
does.
it's ease. It's
Yeah,
ease
it's
for
so
me.
fucking slow to use the standalone. It's
Yeah.
so slow. I mean, you would have to. I would start searching a server and then like go eat and set my stream up and
That's
then
it.
sit down and it was still
Yeah.
searching. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's all right if you got a whole day and you just put it on in the morning, go make your breakfast and whatnot, and come back and maybe you'll get an official server up.
Yeah,
Well, that'll
what,
be fine.
what other fucking game did that? You know?
Yeah.
But it's been remedied, thank God,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
most part.
Battlemetrics as well. I've used
Yeah,
that
that's the
website.
way- that's the one where you can tell which one. That's when I figured out people were figuring out a way to spoof those counts, man. Because you would check it on Battlemetrics, there's 23 people, and then look on DayZ SA and there's 123.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Archie, you had a issue you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. So every week when I actually make it on, I do a server spotlight. I have been playing the Survival of the Fittest. I already plugged that server. But I'm noticing more and more that the servers I try to play on, I don't want to give these people any credit or any clout whatsoever because they're spoofing their player counts. There's a way that I deduce which servers are accurately, representing their player counts, and 99% of the servers I go into haven't been. I understand it's tough out there. It's hard to get a server started. You put a lot of money into it, but I don't think that justifies, lying to the community because that's what they're doing. It might be a little white lie, but still, I don't think it justifies it. So I don't have any server to shout out because I've been on if anyone who watches my streams, we went through a few different servers, checking them out. They all said they were full pop. We played them for an hour, 2 hours, didn't hear a single gunshot, see a dead zombie, see a dead person, see any human meat. And we all know how long that shit lasts on the ground. I mean, you can go on Battlemetrics and compare the counts and see that people are spoofing. So
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any, just because I'm not trying to be,
So dumb it down.
sanctimonious.
Explain what they're doing and how they do it.
So there's many different ways, and I know we've talked about it before, and this isn't up to me to remedy. I'm just bringing it to people's attention. There's a thing called frequency bias where you hear about something and then you start seeing it everywhere. So if I told you that people in red cars drive the craziest, every time you see somebody in a red car drive crazy, you're going to go, oh my God, he was right. Meanwhile, everybody drives crazy, right? That's called frequency bias, or the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. You think about someone you haven't seen in a while, the next day you see them at the store, that kind of thing. It's because you probably walked right by them 15 times, but now they're fresh on your mind, so you see it. Well, you learn a new word, and then you start seeing that word everywhere. So with that in mind, the way I noticed that servers were spoofing their counts, that's when, say, a server says it has 125 players out of 127. You go in there, you check Battlemetrics, and there's only 13 players on that server, right? They're all doing... Okay, I shouldn't say they're all. Most of the ones that I checked, because that's what I do, that's my thing, Bordy has me do, is shout out servers. Most of the ones that I checked are spoofing. Now, there's servers that I can say are definitively not doing it, like DayZ Underground, and we all know I got a history with them, so I'm not going to shout them out unless I absolutely have to, and I will say they're doing the right thing. They're not spoofing their counts. There's a lot of these servers that are accurately reporting their counts, and people are saying, oh, it's only at half pop, I'm not playing on that. Well, the ones you're joining are at low pop.
Doing it is Northmen. They've got a
Everybody keeps
server
telling me
here
about
in
that
Australia.
one. Yeah. I need to play on that one.
I've just started playing it. I'm stepping out of my cock and ball torture DayZ style. I'm playing a more traditional server, and they've been sticking to the true server count. We've been chatting about it, and we're up to about 30 people last night on the server, which for most people they'd go, oh, that's low pop. They're not getting on. for us in Australia, that if it's not one of the big three, 1SK, Rearmed, and DDU, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Before I forget,
Cold as fucking Molsk as well, but yeah.
Before I forget, Melbourne just brought up a point that I've noticed too. A lot of these servers are, I thought I was the only one noticing this, but I guess someone else has picked up on it, so it's got to be legit. They're not on Battlemetrics. They're somehow not on Battlemetrics. Yeah. So I don't want to say it by name because I play on it all the time and I get a lot of content there, but I'll run into the same 5 streamers on it constantly, and we're all trying to get milk content out of the same random player that's on there. I'll check and it'll say 40 out of 40, 60 out of 60 on the DayZ SA launcher or the DayZ official launcher, and then I'll go on Battlemetrics and it's not on there. You know, but there's, I mean, for every law, there's a loophole, right? For every rule, there's a roundabout. I mean, it's a business. People say, why do you want to spoof your player accounts? Because they're fucking selling prio queues, and they want their server to look more popular because they know people eat with their eyes, and they're going to go for the one that's going to give them the most interactions, if that's what they're looking for. And
see, it's weird because I'll see a server that's absolutely jam-packed, and I won't play it. I'll look at it and I'll say, well, I'm streaming. Right. I'm not going to sit in a queue for 40 minutes.
Right. But,
because Joe and Uncle Eddie and Auntie Flo have all bought prios.
Yeah.
So I just won't play it. So they're actually missing out on genuine players.
Well, for everyone that won't play it, 5 people will because they want to run into streamers, right? Or they want to jump on there and be where all the cool stuff's going down.
Yeah.
And they want to be in a video, or they want, you know what I mean? You also got to think about it that way. So, but I agree. I just can't make content on dead servers because my content is interactions. That's the reason I enjoy DayZ. I can interact with people. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't like shady things going down. I don't like people deceiving the community. I know I'm the guy that's become vociferous about people. I don't like talking about things like that anymore, but that's why I don't really have a server to shout out. If you do have server recommendations, feel free to DM them to me. That way I can see them and check them out. I will check them out, and I'm not going to do any kind of detective work and figure out if people are spoofing or not. But I'm saying if you have a server that you think is good, I don't care if there's one person that plays on it. I'll check it out.
I just want to quickly, before we end this topic, Jay Skillett, I have heard that there's a way to do that, that they can spoof their ping, make their ping appear better to you. I don't know how they do it, but the shit that is out there that people are doing, and if I ever get, and look, I'm going to throw this out there, people. This isn't about wanting to find out drama for the sake of drama, but this is like what Archie said about calling out people who are doing shady shit. And we're not talking about, if it's illegal, fucking report that to the police or whatever. But if they're doing shit that's just, that's not kosher. That's not for the Brits and the Aussies and the other people of the glorious Commonwealth Empire. It's just not cricket. If they're doing stuff that's not on, let us know. And if you've got evidence, if you've got receipts, we'll talk about it on the show. We'll reach out to them for a comment. We're not one of those, and look what we've got. Ha ha, got you.
Yeah, and we don't name drop either. We could name drop and stir the pot all day. I could do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not worried about repercussions. I don't fucking care that I'm just going to, blow them up on Twitter for banning me for, it's just going to make them look worse. There's no reason to stir the pot, and that's not what we're doing. The thing is, people say, what's the big deal? Why do you care? There are so many authentic, excellent servers out there that mom and pop are running, that they're putting their heart and soul into, and they're trying to build a community, but they can't because the discoverability is most people go on there and they go for the highest pops. And
if we don't expose these people who are doing the shady shit, all it's going to do is the same with things like view bots and all the rest of it. Well, I may as well do it because everyone else is fucking doing it.
Or show you how to catch, not even expose them, not to be contradictive, but to give you the tools and the ability to pick up on it when you see it, right?
Well, you've also got to remember on that. So what you've just been talking about there, the smart server owners that are cheating with those numbers, all you need to look for is a constant number, because I've seen this a lot recently.
Oh yeah, they don't even try to hide.
They will use, if you've got a 70 pop server, which is full pop at 70, they will use a number such as 62. And every time you log on, it will be 62, 62, 62. If you see that pattern, that's what they're paying for.
Yep.
And the same with the ping. So I understand from a friend of mine, I had this conversation the other day about the ping. You can now buy pings at what you want to show what you want. It doesn't mean that is the ping. It is not the actual ping, but they are deliberately paying. I don't know how to do it, but they're paying. It's like the bloody cheat mods, cheat subscriptions.
I mean,
You
that's
can pay
what it
for this
is.
shit.
And you're going to make your
Yeah.
money back too, because I'm telling
Yeah.
you, as someone who was an admin in a very, very popular server, they're making hundreds of dollars like a week low end as far as just prio queues. And I'm not exaggerating. The amount of money I saw is like criminal. Like in the US, you'd get the IRS kicking your door in and blowing a hole in the roof. Like it's
Well,
crazy
forget.
the amount of money they make.
I agree, mate. But don't forget, I mean, there's an easy way to work out if the ping's dodgy.
Right.
That's so easy. So any normal server, the ping will vary a little bit. So if you've got a great ping and it's around about 20, it's going to be 19, it's going to be 23 sometimes, it's going to be 20. If it's always the same ping, then you need to be careful of that. There's loads of easy ways of finding this stuff out. And some
It just takes the power of deduction. Yeah. A lot of people don't. Again, I'm just giving you the tools to pick up on it, right? I'm giving you the way to notice it. So I'm not going to name drop anybody or anything like that because on the off chance that I could be wrong, I just defamed a server that's just out there killing it.
But that's why we get a lot of stuff. Archie gets stuff sent to him. I'm certain Cobra does as well because he obviously talks about this when he's streaming. I get people send me stuff, but if you don't have receipts, then you don't have stuff that I can, because I will go back to the party that you're making an accusation about and say, do you have any comment on this? I'll seek advice from people who are way smarter than me. And if it all checks out, we'll talk about it. But my preferred method is I will invite that person on to explain themselves or defend themselves. If the evidence is incontrovertible to us, I'll invite them on so that they can give their point of view. Because Archie was talking before about what was it, the cognitive dissonance and all the rest of it. Sometimes what looks 100% to you isn't actually the case. So if you've got evidence, send it to us. We'll look into it.
Yeah. I'm not going to blow up the spot either. If you send me something in confidence, I'll check it out. I'm not an investigative journalist in DayZ. I just care, man, because I've spent $1,000, $1,500 on a server, and it sits at the bottom of the list with my core community playing it. But you can't get any outsiders in there because everybody's sitting at 127 that actually has 27 people in there, and you start picking up on this stuff. So again, don't get Havana syndrome and think every single server you see that's high pop is doing it. That's the reason I stopped talking about view bots as much. Plus, it's just such a headache. Is now everybody that has a high viewer count, people are like, oh, they're cheating. Don't get that. Don't get that syndrome. Some people made it. Some people committed thousands of hours to YouTube and Twitch and are successful.
Yeah.
You do have your Toprex out there that fucking grinded and earned it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the dude's so good, people think he cheats.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you do have those people out there. I mean, I've done some crazy ass, I've surprised myself with kills too and had to explain it away because it looked like I was cheating. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, use the powers of deduction and think critically. So don't, because, I mean, and even at the end of the day, how do they remedy, the third party launchers, false advertising? They're just someone's going to make a new one and come along. And so, it falls to and then do the devs. Does DayZ want to say, okay, well, 90% of the people that are reported as players in this launcher aren't actually, they're bots? Because then the player base goes down, I'm assuming. Yeah. So, just use your eyes and think critically and figure it out.
Content creator spotlight. Mr. Cobra, who have you got for us?
Okay, so this week, have you got the link I've sent you?
I do.
Right, ARK. Now, this chap, he's got about just over 7,000 subs. Now, I've been keeping an eye on this guy for a little while now, probably about 6 months now. And he's growing quite nicely, quite a new content creator. But if you go and watch his latest video, I've chosen it this week because the narration's pretty good. He's basically jumped on as a solo on a server. Cherno server, and I think he's come a long way. He's added some maps in there animation wise. He's got some good cinematics going now, and I've just seen the growth in this dude. So for me this week, AR-K, I'll call him Ark right now. He's made it onto our list. I think I'd like to see him do well. I think he's doing everything that he can. and he's doing it the right way. It's he's got some interesting content as well. So if you can, head over, take a little look at his stuff, and give him a little bit of love.
Exactly. He's doing all the right things there, Archie. He's got the shorts going. He's got some really nice thumbnails there too, mate.
Yeah, he's doing well.
He's got the arrows. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's actually he's a really nice guy as well. I've done an event with him on my team, and he is a genuinely nice guy as well. So it's not because he sounds like a nice guy on the videos. A lot of people do. He genuinely is.
Yeah, always try to support the new up and coming guys. I know that's been my thing since I first even came on the podcast as a guest, was shouting out the new up and coming guys. I shouted out Marks as the first guest appearance I had. I shouted out Marks, and look where he's came, or look how far he's came. You know, it's hard. It's almost impossible to get to the top of the heap or even close as a new content creator, especially now because DayZ is so saturated with mediocre content. So when you see somebody who's killing it and putting in the effort, you know, please, 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 guys, support them. I know people are creatures of habit and they have their favorites, but there's other shows to watch.
Well, the thing is, though, mate, if your content's good enough, and this is where I always stand for it. If you know, I've made mistakes in my journey, but if you continue to improve and you continue working hard, you know, you do all right. You'll get there.
It pays off for sure. I mean, look at me. I'm half hard, and I've done very well. Yeah.
And there's the demonetization.
There you go.
We're
hitting this every show.
I didn't drop a C-bomb this entire episode, Archie.
Well, now
and you had to go and fuck it for us.
You don't deserve monetization, dude. As soon as my hairline pops up on the stream, you're not getting any money.
For the Christmas show, motherfucker. I'm trying to be good.
All right, guys, donate because we're not getting monetized ever.
It's just a line of yellow demonetization the last couple of months.
Bro, it's how it is, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy. They're getting so bad, man. They're so bad. And it's discrimination against Australians. The C-bomb is part of mine. We need a flag that has the C-bomb on it. But yeah.
Right,
Jay Skillett, jump into the Discord, mate. If you're new to PC, it is very daunting. Jag, what was it like for you, mate?
It was scary, to be totally honest. And I've got to tell you as well, for all the people that are on console that are like, my PC couldn't handle it. I started playing DayZ on PC last year, and my graphics card was a GT 710, which is like.
Can you even open Google Earth on that?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, but it played DayZ on everything on minimum.
The thing you had going for you, Jag, is that you're an old school gamer. You obviously had a computer back in the day, mate. So you remember the old dial-up. Beep, beep.
Oh, God, yeah.
So it was just a bit like that for you without the noise effects. Taking forever. The image slowly loading from the top.
I used to hate that. I'd be in there having phone sex with my girlfriend, and my mom checks the lottery on the internet. And you're on the phone. Oh, well, we're done.
But yeah, I mean, I could play it on that, which was, an 8 gig of RAM. And it played. It was playable. Wasn't brilliant, And even then, I only went up to a GTX 760, and then a mate of mine gave me a 1050, and now somebody else has just given me a 1660. My whole build complete is less than 500 quid.
I love
to
that.
be able to play it and stream on the same system.
My community does that. We upcycle our old stuff to other community members.
Yeah, right.
I actually bought an old rig off a buddy of mine from my community and built it for my son, and then I sent my old graphics card to a friend of mine I met through streaming, and he's since passed it on to someone else. But I, like you, started out on a Dell laptop, which wasn't even for gaming, dude. And it barely ran DayZ, and I got killed constantly because as soon as I would fire, the muzzle flash would make me go down to 2 frames per second.
Lazian's saying it's not a fox, it's a big ass hare, big ass rabbit. I wasn't sure it was a fox either. I think I did say back then that it looked like a rabbit to me.
All right, one's in the chat to ban Ski for misinformation. One's in the chat, two's in the chat to let him stay. Been a good show, man.
It has. Individual spotlights. That's something we like to do around here, Jag. What's something that you would like to shout out, mate? Someone, something, anything. Preferably DayZ related though, but yeah.
Can I shout out a server?
Sure.
It's the one I was talking about earlier. Literally, it's Pripyat. Half of the map is PvE, half of the map is PvP. There's loads of really weird shit on there, werewolves and all kinds of bizarre stuff. It's Dark Phoenix. It's pretty low pop at the moment, but it's getting there slowly but surely. And they rotate the server I think it's like every 3 months. Last month it was Banov. Now it's Pripyat. Really, really good server. A lot of fun. And the admin on there are absolutely amazing. Top notch.
Fair play.
Archie, what about yourself, mate?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard of this guy, Matt Z. No, I'm kidding. But Bean,
I want to quickly say I've been having a bit of a chat with good old Matt in DMs and stuff. You might have noticed he's been a little bit more quiet of late and that. So watch this space. Watch this space, folks, because
he's got a job.
Yeah.
No, Bean just hit 17,000. So if you get a chance, you see Bean live, stop in her YouTube stream. What the hell was that? You'll notice she has the really cool AI generated thumbnails. And she is an all around extremely entertaining young lady. I love her to death. She's we're cut from the same cloth. So check her out. Tell her congratulations. 17,000 is hard to do, especially when you're mostly streaming and putting out a video here and there. But she's done very, very exceptionally well for herself. So please go by and tell her congrats, because you'll probably like what you see.
Yeah, well done.
Over.
Okay, I've got two really for me. So the first one is congratulations to my new head moderator on my channels, Glads, who has been in tonight. He's done a great job. He's just starting out, and straight away promoted him to head moderator of my lives. He's learning this trade. He's doing really well. And secondly, I've appointed a new server manager, who actually we all know. Everyone knows Dave. So he is now running my server for me. So yeah, well done, guys. Thanks for all your help, and you're doing a great job. So that's my spotlight this week.
You guys notice I stole Dave's fashion sense? I'm wearing trainers now.
Nice.
Because I got too fat for all my clothes.
My shout out this week is to someone who I spoke about last week, but Skull Speeder. If you haven't, go watch his video where he talked about DayZ, where it's at, what he thinks they need to add, and also his thoughts on DayZ 2. Another very good video from, I forgot to mention him. He's up there with that holy trio of people when it comes to DayZ as well. The guy's got a video for almost anything and everything DayZ related. But yeah, just absolute gold. And a very interesting video he had about the things that he would like to see them do before they move on to whatever they're going to do in the future with DayZ. I've got a tech issue. It looks like my control key on my keyboard has shit itself and is permanently stuck on. So I can barely do any functions on my computer now. So thankfully it shit itself right at the end there. You might have heard me banging away on my keyboard. That was me trying to fix that control key. But Jag, thank you so much for coming on, mate.
Thank you for having me.
If anyone wants to do a collab or anything, how can they get in contact with you, mate? What's the best way? Twitter, Discord?
Twitter or Discord. Yeah, either. I have a Discord. The link for it's on my Twitch. But yeah, Twitter, I check Twitter every day. It's not on my phone. I can't have social media with me all the time. I'd never get anything done. So I do check Twitter a few times a day, mostly to post stuff that pisses people off.
Yeah, man, a fellow shit poster.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, man. I'm thinking you should do some take a leaf out of Lax Hawthorne's book, mate. And it obviously looks like you've got a bit of a man shed or something going on there, and do some streams from there, mate, because that sort of stuff appeals to a lot of people, to be able to, look at the background and see cool stuff and add that as a bit of a vibe to when you're streaming and that, mate. And don't be afraid to do a webcam. I think you're quite an interesting looking guy. You've got you're not a vanilla sort of person. I
No,
think
definitely
that
not.
could work for you, mate. Yeah, you're not a silver fox like old Happy Bombs, but you're a silver bear, mate. You're a silver bear.
You notice how Boydie's hitting on all of our guests
Damn
lately?
straight, I do.
I'm not going to argue. It's nice to be hit on.
Yeah. I'll
Oh,
take
fuck
it.
me. I'll leave you two fucking to it.
Archie's just jealous. I haven't hit on him in a while.
I mean,
I'm over my short person ranger phase, mate.
yeah, I got to shave this and get the baby face back. That's what it is.
I've got it coming back as well. My dog's very happy as well. He did not like it when I shaved off the beard and that, but yeah. But no, thank you all very much, everyone. We've hit our time. We were a few minutes late starting, so again, Cobra being the timekeeper there, keeping me on point. But I'm actually really enjoying. We've got it down to a good time frame. Last thing I want to say is, again, I'm going to keep on harping on this, folks. But this year is the 10-year anniversary of DayZ. We've got a very big Christmas episode lined up. So if anyone has any ideas, would like to help out with planning and getting things done, because I've got so many ideas, but I don't want it to be a repeat of the first Christmas show we did a couple of years back, where I took on too much myself and ended up a fucking mental wreck after it. Last year's one was a lot more chill, but this year I do want to go big or go home, and I've got some ideas. One, thank you so much for the people who gifted a couple of subs there. Every cent helps, because I've got a big crazy idea that I want to do, and also I don't like plugging it so much, but we do appreciate the members. Something is happening later this month that I will not be announcing until the video is done. But if you are a member, and that includes our Discord chads, so you don't always have to be a financial member, folks. Just by being active in our Discord, you earn points and you get access to our supporters area, server boosters. Christmas donators are all in there. So people who do stuff to help our community, they all know what's happening. But something big is happening this month, and it's a personal thing that I am just so excited to be able to do. So, yeah. Have you guys, Archie and Cobra, you seen that message in the chat there? In the
Which
Discord?
one?
No,
No.
I'll check it though. I want Drunk Lad back for this year's Christmas show.
Oh, he'll be back, and we'll get him drunk.
Where is it, Boydie?
In the supporters section.
Oh, okay.
Guys, make sure you hit like on the stream. That's the best way to get it out there to everybody. It keeps it up in the recommendations on the For You page for people who are subscribed and people who are interested in the DayZ topic. So please hit like. Please, please, please. It goes a long way. Boydie puts a lot of work in over here, so it's one way of paying him back.
Have you seen it yet, Cobra?
I'm just reading it now, mate.
You see it, Archie?
No, not yet. You want me to read it now?
Don't read it out, but just I want to know what you guys think about how big this is.
Where is it at? I'm sorry.
In the supporters section in the 87.8 Discord. So yeah, if you are a YouTube member, make sure you've got your YouTube account linked with your Discord account, and it will give you instant access to the members area, so you'll be able to see what we're talking about.
The one from as far back as it goes for me is June 24th. Is that it?
We might need to look at the settings in there, because
Yeah, I mean, we can figure it out off stream. There's no reason.
and I just forgot that my control button was plugged in.
Yeah, she's done.
There we go. I'm back. Can
There
you
he
hear me?
is.
Yep, there we go. Okay, folks, we are done for this week. Jag, thank you so much, mate. Best of luck.
Thank
Keep
you
us
very
updated.
much, guys.
Reach out to Cobra. I'm certain he'll be able to hook you up with some other people in the UK area for any collabs and recommend some good service and stuff like that. But yeah, a pleasure as always.
Yeah.
Time, mate.
Thank you very much, guys.
Can someone check the next week's guest thing, because with my button being as crazy as it is, yes, Darkwing, what you wrote in chat is what I was referring to. What you wrote in the channel there, the supporters channel. But yeah, so yeah, great episode. And who's the next week's guest, folks?
Yeah, good question. I'm for some reason.
Oh, I see
showing
it
me.
now. I see it now, buddy. Yes. Okay. I've been looking forward to that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Finally
it's
got it.
good, man.
Finally
I've
got
seen
it
that.
sorted. So, yeah. Anyway, folks, we're going to love you and leave you. I can't do anything with a raid or anything like that because my computer is just dying on me with this control button. I have no idea how to fix that. So I might have to get a new computer. But it's Father's Day here in Australia, folks. So, yeah, I'm going to have a good day.
Hell yeah, man.
Good done.
Thank you all,
Happy
everyone.
Father's Day.
See you same time, same channel next week for episode 165 of the DayZ Podcast. Jag, a pleasure as always, my man.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
All the best,
Yeah.
fellas.
Take care, guys. Have fun.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.